Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the second half of April. Thank you so much for your continued support, Taurus. We'll be using the After Tarot for the main reading and the Cosmic Tarot for clarification this time around. And these cards are pre-shuffled, doing a little bit more shuffling on camera as usual. Spirit, what message guidance do you have for our Taurus friends? Message guidance do you have for our Taurus friends for this time period in April? Or whoever is watching this, what message guidance do you have for Taurus? There we go, Taurus. Okay, Page of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Hermit. Ooh, that's totally me. Cosmic Tower wants to jump in. Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. All right, Taurus. So we know that that Two of Swords, I believe, is Moon and Libra card, and this energy is with us clearly. But it seems here there's a decision, right? What's facing you during the second half of the month here, Taurus, is clearly like there's a decision here, and it seems like it has to do with an emotion. It's an emotional decision, have to do with emotional aspect, okay, of your life. You start with the Page of Wands, which is a new beginning, right? He's walking, it seems like he's walking away from a group there. He's choosing his wands and he's setting up on a journey, setting off to go on a journey. He seems well protected. He's wearing his boots, he has his coat, his hat, and the way he's looking down, his eyes are cast down. It's as if he's almost like in a very reflective mood, right? There's a long journey ahead, but he seems to be ready. There's no sense of impulsiveness or immaturity in this page here. He seems to have taken some kind of a challenge, and he's very somber. There's a somber look to that Page of Wands. Okay, we're turning east, right? He's facing east. It's holding so tightly. It has a tight grip on that wand, and he's moving. So there's the sense of moving towards something, or perhaps moving away from something, okay? Because there are people behind him on the background. Almost he said his goodbye, and those people are still standing back their way, looking at him setting off. And we know the pages are younger energy. So if you're starting in a new career, starting something new, you have just decided to move. Some of you Taurus that are younger, you're probably just leaving home at this time. Okay, you're leaving home, you decided to move on your own. Some of you are about to be graduating, so you're deciding to start in your new career, right? And but for some of you, it's clearly a love situation, because at the bottom here we have the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups can be quite manipulative, but here the way she's also, let me hold it a little bit longer so you guys can see them. Okay, look at her eyes are also casted down. Like she also seems to be in a contemplative mood, right? It's almost like the same kind of somber look that page have on his face, that queen have on her face. So it's as if to say, whatever it is, the decision that was made, whatever cup you're offering or accepting, whatever offer that you're choosing to accept and moving towards, it's yes, there is passion, because it's a page. You have to take action towards it. There's a lot of emotions involved here. Her throne is sitting in the water, in the body of water, floating in the whole body of water. So there's a lot of emotions here. However, there is a bit of a somber look. There's a sense of like It's not like exciting, ha 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 ha, yay, new beginning. There's a sense of like this has been long waited, or I've worked so hard towards this. Okay, now let's get it started. Now the next phase. Okay, you really like approaching this from a very mature, reflective, a very somber mood to it. And next card we have was the Five of Cups, and that's a card of sadness. And in this card here, the way he's holding himself, right? It's almost like he's so sad. It's like there's nobody around. I'm just gonna comfort myself, okay? And oh my goodness, look at this. I never noticed that before. Do you notice like the spillage on the floor by those cups? A couple of them, it's red. It's as if blood was spilled. And there's a man in the background in the water that's drowning, literally seeming like he's asking for help. I never noticed that man in the water before in the after tarot. So now this is the after tarot, okay? So he's standing up now. He's almost like he has accepted the loss. He has accepted the loss. There's blood. One of them is the liquid. One of them is yellow, and the other two it's red. I'm assuming representing blood here, okay? Or perhaps a passion that was spilled out that's now gone, that's wasted. But whatever it is, there's sadness here, right? Perhaps it's in making that decision to move towards west. No, I'm sorry, towards the east. I don't know why I said west. Some of you may be moving towards the west to move towards that new beginning, to start that new phase. There are things that must be left behind, and there are also things in you comforting yourself here, thinking all is lost, but there are two cups still standing behind you, and that person behind you, there are people who still need your help. Perhaps these are those people that are behind you, you're leaving behind, Taurus. Just know that they still need you, okay? Yes, you're going towards a new beginning in your life, but it's not like it's the end and there's no turning back. You can always go back, because there's a lot of emotions here, okay? And there are people that need your help, that are literally, they don't want you to go, right? The way they're standing there behind that page, and we have a man that literally like about to drown, and at the bottom of that Five of Cups is those Two of Cups. And what this is telling me is that you will not be neglecting those Two of Cups, okay? Those Two of Cups that are behind you will let themselves you will notice them, okay? It will not go onto there's no way you're going to be able to neglect it. Whether you're hugging yourself and turning back, you at the phase now. It's not just crying, you're not just on your knees crying. You have stood up, face two. You realize it. You're no longer in denial about what happened, right? So now you're on your feet and you're comforting yourself, because you know, okay, everything is okay. Now it's time to turn around and to move on from this. And that's when you will realize those Two of Cups are still standing behind you. That's when that acceptance of there's still something here. And in this Two of Cups, there's a cat, there's a kitty there by her leg. Now that's that deep intuition, okay? And she's wearing red shoes. I really love that she's wearing red shoes there. And I never noticed that before. For whatever reason, I'm noticing this now. So there's a lot of passion in this Two of Cups, and there's also deep intuition. The cat there is telling me that that's a mystical side of it. So this is like a union that has a lot of, it's not just like a divine union I'm getting. There's a lot of it's a spiritual union, okay? And I think you're gonna come into understanding that no matter how far you may go from each other, even if you're separated, there's a sense of separation here. Is to know that that union is still intact. You are still attached, okay? That cup is still being offered. And here is, I see I have an eyelash there on that table. And I'm gonna make a wish for you, Taurus. And you may want to make a wish yourself. It's still on my finger. More wishes for you, Taurus. It's the most random things. Hey. So, yeah. So there is a sense here, Taurus, you're going to come to understanding that, yes, that love is still intact, that union is still intact, that harmony is still intact, no matter how far we are from apart, no matter what trouble, what sadness might have happened, it's still there, okay? You're still together. You're still one unit. if not in the 3D world, but in the ethers, in the 4D world, in the 5D world, you still, that harmony is still there. And next is the Hermit card we have, and the Hermit card is the card of Virgo, right? And I know, yes, you're a Taurus, but there's a sense here of you have found your inner light, and it's interesting. Let's look here. Look inside that lamp, that lantern. That's a star. There's a light, but there's a star that's formed there with inside the lantern and the light. Okay, so and I just blow on an eyelash that was just hanging out on that table and ask you to make a wish, Taurus. So there's a real sense here, if whatever it is that is your wish, and look, there are stars all over. I didn't even notice that. So I guess it's the night sky in that Hermit card. There are stars all around the Hermit. So whatever wish that you made, whatever it is that you want to come true, it's about to come to be for you. Okay, it seems like there is that deep intuition we're talking about. And I see that snake there. It's almost like that kundalini, having separated yourself, that separation, because there's a real sense there was a departure here, okay? And someone feel like all alone, and that they have to comfort their own selves after departing, perhaps leaving their dear one behind. And there's a sense as if like you had to go in that journey so you could find yourself, so you could really have that kundalini awakening, because that's what that snake is telling me. And you have the star, and that's going to make everything that all your wish come true, okay? And that dog there, it's almost like an animal totem. So if your animal totem is like a shepherd, because I think that is a shepherd, is you have like a dog or any kind of dog really. So that is a specific message for you, Taurus, and that to take heart during the time of separation, whatever new beginning you're about to, whatever phase that you felt sad that you had to. There's a little bit of a separation. It was temporary. That separation is temporary. You will be coming back together, and you are already together, even though you are separated now. Okay, and if there was a decision, since we have that moon card there during this next moon phase that we're about to come into, right? Towards the middle of the month, it's gonna become clearer to you that nothing was lost, okay? That everything is still the way everything is as it should be, and that you have gained a greater level of awareness having gone through this journey. And at the bottom of the hermit sometimes can mean isolation, okay? Hermit can also mean that it's a loner card, and we have that 5 of cups there. That's also kind of a loner card. So at this point you had to go in that journey. You couldn't see the things around you. You couldn't see that beautiful 2 of cups. You couldn't see that person behind you in the water, basically drowning in their own emotions, or perhaps it's a symbol of you having drawn so hard in your emotions, right? You cannot see what's behind you, but you're going to find the clarity, the inner clarity, that light. You're gonna be guided along the way, okay? And you have the serpent. That's a kundalini awakening. You have the light with the star in it. That's the path. Your path is lighted, and you have that animal totem there, and you have a star's foot. That's literally the white beard. You gaining wisdom. You having gained enlightenment, a greater level of understanding, if not in awareness, if not enlightenment. Really having gone through that journey, you're really understanding that emotional journey, emotional path you had to walk. Okay, like, and I feel like it's something that was very recent. This is like a short-term story, but something that just kind of happened to you, maybe like within the last 6 months period, and that you're coming to an understanding of what that was. Because what you have here is the Ace of Wands. This is passion, okay? You have the Queen of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Wands at the bottom. So whatever offer it is, you're going to accept it, okay? You're not going to stay in that loner phase. That phase, you had to go through it so you can really understand. So you can really understand when that offer comes to you, that passionate offer, that passionate new beginning. So you can really be able to accept it, because this is greenery here. This is calmer sea. The water not choppy in that Ace of Wands, okay? And we have new growth in that one, and it's not the one that's being offered from the hand of the divine. It's the 2. An opportunity for growth, an opportunity to transform, an opportunity to what's the word I'm looking for, um, to transmute any negativity, to change phase, okay? To basically yourself, to change yourself, because the toad changed into a different animal, right? That's like the baby frog, I believe. So there is a fancy for with metamorphosis. That's the word. There's gonna be a real change within having gone through that journey, and whatever stalemate, whatever it is that you are blinded to in terms of communication mentally, you kind of like, well, you just couldn't see. You're blinded here, right? You just couldn't see. Everything was happening. It seems like you just took yourself out of it, but you are still in it. Even though you took yourself out of it, it was still happening. You still could sense it. You might not have been able to see the fight, the play here, but you still could hear the grunts. You are still in it, okay, Taurus? And I really don't need any clarification card, but I will take one for that Five of Cups for you, Taurus. What is the Five of Cups trying to tell Taurus here, Spirit? What is the Five of Cups trying to tell Taurus here? And I promised myself I will keep this reading under 30 minutes, so we're gonna make it happen, Taurus, for the second half of April. What is the Five of Cups trying to tell Taurus here, Spirit? Some clarification on the Five of Cups. Some clarification on the Five of Cups. See what he wants to come out. And we have the Star, another Star. There you go, Taurus. This is your path to your new beginning. This is the Star is healing. Healing needed to happen, just like you're comforting yourself. The Star is healing. The Star is a sense of faith with the Star, as if like of destiny, not so much faith, of destiny with the Star. Okay, you choosing that path. You having chosen that path, you have to walk it. Once you decided to step to the west, to go in that journey, there was a cascade of events that was to happen. Okay, and you had to go through it so you can come on the other side. Okay, but at the end of it, you would have been healed from it as well. And I will take one on the Ace of Wands while we add it. What is the Ace of Wands? This is very good. Okay, and this is also the Star is the card of Aquarius. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, so that's and we have fire here, we have air, we have a bit of everything. So the Emperor, whoa, gorgeous. So that new beginning is really you coming into full power, right, Taurus? And that's what I was trying to tell you. Look what at the bottom here after clarifying the Sun. Yes, it's a yes. If there is a choice, if there's a decision for you to make, Taurus, to choose to go on a path, to separate, whether from your loved ones or to move, to leave something behind, okay? And yes, there will be a little bit of sadness. Understand that you're going through that journey. You're gonna have to go alone for a little bit. But it's gonna be worth it at the end. Because what's gonna happen is you're going to get the healing, the deeper understanding of self, okay? The deeper understanding of the mysteries that surround you, of the guidance that you've been receiving, and you're gonna come into full power of who you are. Okay, whatever decision you're delaying here, go for it, Taurus. Okay, go for it. This is a yes. You have the Sun here shining on you. You have the Star. Like, this is a yes. Go, take it. Go alone. If you have to walk it alone for a little while, go. You will realize very soon that why you had to go on that journey alone, and why and how it brings you to a higher version of yourself, and even closer. If it's a love relationship, it will also bring you so you can be better for your soulmate, for your loved one. Okay, we have two cards that just threw themselves to the board. It's always funny when they do that. There's such a sense of all right, and by the way, I'm not using the Woman's Oracle card this time. I'm using the Whispers of Love. This is it still gives us this the Woman's ooh. There we go. Sorry about that. So we have Love Endures, and we have the Heart of the Matter. So the Heart of the Matter says there is more going on than meets the eyes. Yes, there is. And look at this. Remember, as I was saying, like, there is guidance to be had. There's a child. The child is laying. It's like she's laying on the cosmos, right? In the cosmos. on the floor of the universe, if you will. And the angel is like watching over them, right? This beautiful angel just like watching over that child, and she's surrounded by all these things, and there are people, there's all kind of stuff going on, chaos going on, but she's so protected. She is being guided. Like it's almost like the way that her hands are, is like, go that way, child. Like she's sleeping, like she's being carried by a wave through the cosmos. And this is what's happening here, Taurus. You may feel like between that summit you can make that decision, or you may feel even that that decision is being made for you, because that Five of Cups, there's a sense of like not in control, like things were taken away from you that you're not ready to be taken away from you, right? But just know, even if you feel compelled to go that way, there's a reason for it, and you are not on your own. Okay, there's more going on than meets the eyes. You're really going through a real awakening process here for those of you that are connecting with that message. And I just placed it there on the Two of Cups, and I realized I even look at the number. This is the card number 22, the heart of the matter. So you have 222 here. Okay, Taurus, for those of you, this is a love situation. There's a real sense of duality. There's a real sense too, is a kind of partnership here. And I feel like for some of you, it's not just a romantic thing, it's you partnership with spirit. Okay, understanding that everything you do is in partnership with spirit. And the other card you had was number 43, which is 7. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Love does not give up or lose faith. So if that situation makes you feel like you out of control, makes you feel like you abandoned, whatever it is that you're feeling, just know, do not lose faith. You are not alone. The sun is shining bright at the bottom. There is a decision to be made. There's a path to go, and then you're going to come on the other end with the star shining on you, the sun on the other side. Love endures. Just endure it for that little bit of time. Okay, and then the rewards will make you see how much worth it was. So love is hopeful and withstand every situation. So that little bit of discomfort that you may be going through, please just go with it. Learn as much as you can. Really delve deep into yourself. Become that hermit and follow the light in that lantern. Follow that star that's in that lantern, okay? And pay attention to the signs that are coming to you, because there is a light of guidance here for you, a light of love. And this is the sacred geometric to get an oracle card for you. And we pulled number 57, dodecahedron. Okay? And I always read these cards because the message is so deep in there. And I'll read just a little part of the message for you. Number 57. And here we have, choosing this card connects you with divine thought, with a realization of the universe. I'm so sorry. I'm going to start over. Sorry, Taurus. Choosing this card connects you with divine thought and with a realization of the universality of oneness. Consciously move into your breath and connect with the prana force that resides there. Feel yourself moving away from the concept of duality, which modern culture tells us is the way of the world, into an experience of the oneness and unity of all life. Breathe deeply and experience the feeling of oneness within your being. Visualize what this unity will look like in your present life, and how the shift you are making will aid all of humanity in the intentional evolution from polarity consciousness to unity consciousness. Hold this image in your heart and feel your emotional truth in this shift. This is beautiful. Divine thought. And yes, there's a real sense here with that Hermit card and that the heart of the matter here with that divine thought. Okay, even with the Two of Cups, because in this Two of Cups here, we see they are connected, right? They are now joined. There's no separation. It's not just like a cup offering. The cups have been offered and accepted, right? The two people are joined. They are one now. There is no such a thing, and that's how I started with you, Taurus. There is no separation. Even though you may feel like you are leaving some people behind, or you're separated, you may feel alone. You are not really alone, okay? Those people that love you, they're still with you, even if there's a little bit of separation. Just release yourself from that feeling of separate, right? What does it they tell you of separation? Okay, and like breathe deeply and experience a feeling of oneness within your being. The feeling of oneness, whether this is that sense of duality is your masculine and feminine aspect of yourself, that you feel whole within, having gone through that hermit experience, or it is you actually understanding that you are part of the universe, you are the child of the universe, you are part of the cosmos. Look at this. There's so much going on in this card. I love the imagery. I wish you could see it, right? The angels are there. There's like in that middle section there's a whole life happening. Okay, there are worlds within world, and that child is just laying there. That she is literally one with the universe, with the cosmos. It's like she's like she is laying. She's not on the ground. She's laying on the floor of the cosmos. If there's such a thing, and that angel is helping. And all in between there are people. There are animals. There's all kind of life and experiences happening. Okay, so you are one with everything. We are one with everything, not just you, Taurus. And I think that's the level of understanding of enlightenment with that sun card you're about to come into, having gone through that journey here. And I hope that this message resonate with you, and have a wonderful rest of April. Thank you so much for stopping by. And remember, love is the only answer. Thank you, Taurus.